Right, so let's just get straight into it.
Yeah.
I'm delighted to be joined by PDC Tour card holder and multiple development tour winner Ryan Meikle. How have you been, mate?
Yeah, hi. Yeah, no, all good. All good. Obviously through lockdown, back to work soon. So yeah, no, looking forward to playing some darts again.
How have you been finding playing darts like through lockdown? Have you been playing much sort of online stuff?
I haven't really, no. I've still been practicing quite a bit, but I got a bit fed up with the online stuff, and
Yeah,
you never know who's cheating and
it's
who's not.
it's
And
not the same, is it?
nah, it was good at the start. I must admit, I enjoyed it at the start. I played quite a bit, and then after a few months, I just stopped doing it. Really.
Yeah, I've still been practicing hard, just trying to get the hours in on the board.
Yeah, no, like I said, I've still been practicing, doing my usual stuff, really. So, which is it can be tough when there's not as many tournaments like with the PDC. So,
Yeah,
but no, we're just lucky to have any. We're lucky to play anything, really. So,
yeah, definitely. How are you finding it? Like, do you miss the crowds when you're playing in like sort of the super series and stuff like that? Are you missing the crowds or?
well, to be honest, the Super Series and that, like the normal tour events, you don't get many in it. You're only allowed 2 guests, I think it is. So you might have like a family member or manager or someone. So that's always quite quiet anyway. But I mean, the Worlds this year that weren't the same. I was someone like me. Obviously, I hadn't had too many TV appearances, but that is the one big one you want to play in front of a crowd. So that was a shame, really.
Yeah. Well, we're just going to talk about the development tour. You've been a bit of a force on the development tour, really. You've won multiple titles, beating some like really good young players. You beat like sort of Roby John Rodriguez, Nico Kurz, Sebastian Bialetti. Like they're all good young players. Like, how did you find the development tour?
It's I think it's perfect, really. Like I say, for young players to come through. Well, it took me a few years. I think I was probably my second or third year before I won one.
Yeah,
And they're so tough. I say it to everyone, they are so tough to win. I mean, like I say, there's a lot of games to play, shorter format, and you've got a lot of youngsters who just don't care who they play. So, and like I say, you see ridiculous averages coming through now. So I was quite happy really when to end up with, I think it was 6, 7 titles, 6
yeah.
I think.
So we spoke to David, and Dave was saying about the challenge tour, how he sort of didn't really go in with any expectations, and he would just turn up and play. But like he said, the difference with the challenge tour was that you knew who was going to be there. Like the difference to like Q school, whereas Q school you turn up and you don't know who's going to be there.
Yeah, no, it's so. I think, and I had 1 year without a tour card, and then when I got my tour card, I mean, myself included, I was a bit probably thinking, oh, I've got a tour card now, I'll do well.
Yeah.
And I didn't really. I think I might have won 1 that year, my first year having a tour card.
Yeah.
So people think you probably, but like I say, it's just a standard of darts nowadays.
Yeah, I think everybody's getting better, and sort of everybody gets sort of beat each other on their good days. Like,
yeah, especially with short formats as well, best of 7. When it's 2 good legs, and you're thinking, oh Christ, 2-0 down. When it's first to 4, that's quite you can't make any more errors really. So
yeah. You've also had some notable wins on the PDC Pro Tour. You beat the likes of Christopher Tysky, Johnny Clayton, Vandenberg, and loads more other big name players. How does it feel? How does it feel to beat like those type of players? They've all gone on to do like big things. How does that feel?
that's good for the old confidence. But yeah, so it's one of those ones on the day on them tour. Anyone could beat anyone, I would say, but it's just that consistency. Them top 16 or so, they're just so much more consistent, and that's where we all want to be. But no, like I say, some of them. I mean, I remember the first time I ever played Barney.
Yeah.
I think I was a bit of a nervous wreck, really. I lost 6-2, and then the next following week I drew him again and beat him. So I was thinking once you played them once, and that's kind of you've got over the. I mean, especially the first few years, it was scary playing some of the names what you've just grown up watching on TV.
Yeah.
But now, after 5-6 years on the tour, you just don't think nothing of it, really.
Would you say like there's ever been a game when you're playing that you've sort of been starstruck by playing a player?
That was probably Barney was the first so this was probably 3-4 years ago. I drew Barney, and I was the whole match. I was so nervous because you just want to play well. You
Yeah,
don't mind losing, but you just want to play well.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I had a good game of Van Gogh last year, 6-5, and
Like me and
I didn't really think about it.
I was talking to my brother the other day and saying that we was going to sort the interview with you, and he was saying me and my brother watch a lot of darts, and we watched the game. I think it was at the Players Championship against Peter Wright.
Yeah,
I think you hit the
yeah,
I think you hit the 167 or something
that's right. To
to
go 5-all. Yeah,
keep you in the game, and I just remember thinking like that must give us like an amazing adrenaline rush there to take that out.
that probably didn't help in a way because, like I say, that massive adrenaline rush, and then of course I got the darts here to win, and then I kind of, like I say, I was gutted really. I mean, that's another one. You start the game, you just think make it close, give a good account of yourself.
Yeah.
And the next thing I knew, I was 5-all with the darts. And I'm thinking, I can win this now. And then obviously the last leg didn't go to plan, but that's good to get in them positions.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, it's just showing that you can mix it with those big types of players, like you said with Van Gogh. You had a good game with Van Gogh and Peter Wright, like big players who are world champions, like who've done it at the highest level of the sport.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's the confidence you need.
Yeah. Do you have any sort of future aspirations in terms of like titles or rankings? You're currently ranked 76 in the world at the moment. Is there sort of a set target of where you want to get to? You've set yourself a goal, or?
To be fair, I think, like I say, this year, second year of my tour card now, I've just got one aim really, and it's at top 64 by the end of the year.
Yeah.
I think if I can regain my tour card, that's kind of the place I need to be. But I think probably over the last year to 18 months, I've probably realised I generally think I could win a tour event.
Yeah.
Whereas probably the first 4 years of my tour card, I was just happy to be there in a way, which probably isn't the best way to think. But no, I really do think I could, like I say, have a good run, maybe like I say, even get to the final or win one even. So and that makes such a difference for rankings.
Like we spoke with Dave, and he was saying about Luke Humphreys saying that obviously like he had that big run, and like for young players like yourself, it must give you a lot of confidence to like you see him do it and you think, why can't I do that sort of thing?
Yeah, well, I always remember me and Luke had our tour cards the same year, and I think he was about 500 quid ahead of me on the rankings at Ali Pally, and then he got to the quarter final.
Yeah,
and then that 50 grand just boosted him up at no end, and he hadn't looked back since really. So when I just keep thinking sometimes, that's just that one break. If you can get that one big
good
break,
one good run, it can set you up. It's like sort of stepping stones, really, and if like with you want to get into the top 64, it's like just that stepping stone. Now, if you get there, it's like you set your next goal then, and then before you know, you get into the top 32, top 16, and you're at the top level of the game, like.
Yeah, no, like I say, I'm not one to set massive targets and realistic targets. I mean, like I say, if I can get top 64, then maybe stay there for a year, and then, like I say, you just want to keep progressing, really, and like I say, see how far you can go.
Have you got any sort of current practice partners that you're playing with at the moment?
Not really, no. I mean, living, like I say, East Anglia way, there's very few of us. I mean, the closest to me at the moment on tour is probably Darren Webster, but that's still an hour away.
Yeah.
So, and then obviously with COVID and stuff, that's just ruined everything. But no, I don't really. I just kind of keep myself to myself, practice, and just like to do my own thing.
I think that's the best way to be sometimes, though. Just get your head down and focus. And I think that's where you get the better results.
Yeah. No, I think, like I say, if you win a practice with someone, you can put pressure on yourself to kind of play well.
Yeah. Who would you say you're closest to on the tour? Who is like your sort of closest person?
Probably now Brett Claydon's got his tour card.
Yeah.
I'm very good mates with Brett. So he's not too far from me actually. So yeah, I mean we kind of sit like I say, it's me, Brett, Andy Gilden.
Yeah.
He 45 minutes from me, and then Darren. I've learned a lot from Darren over the years. He kind of, when I first got my tour card all them years ago, he kind of looked after me for a few years and kind of taught me the ropes. So yeah, no, just kind of your locals.
Yeah. What sort of started you playing darts? What was like did anybody influence you to start playing darts, or was it just something you chose yourself?
No, it was my dad. My dad, like I say, he played county darts, and he was a very good local sort of player. So he used to practice a lot, and then me and my brother used just want to copy. Really, we started off with a board on the chair when we were like 8 or 9,
That's the same way
and then we used to mark for him and his mates when they used to come around and practice.
yeah.
So yeah, no, it was my dad really. He followed me everywhere. He traveled before COVID. He used to travel everywhere with me,
Yeah.
and he was just always that calm head I needed around me.
Just to sort of settle you down if there's any nerves,
Yeah,
or to sort of squeal, like, yeah.
I've got my brother who gives me a kick up the arse, and my
Yeah.
dad's kind of the calm one who. So no, but you need them sort of people around you, and I'm thankful.
Yeah, 100%. Who was your sort of darting idol when you was growing up? Was there anybody you looked up to?
Oh, I was a massive Wayne Mardle fan.
Wayne Meikle.
I loved him. Growing up, he was my favourite player by a mile. But then obviously when I kind of started playing, got a bit better. That's when Peter was kind of making his way to the top, and I kind of saw him at a few local competitions as well. So I mean, what Peter's done is unbelievable. So he's, like I say, massive inspiration.
The way he sort of done it at like the age he is now as well. It's fantastic.
Exactly. I think it just proves, like I say, I mean, he's not old, but he weren't about much in his younger days, was he? So he wasn't one what come through the youth or anything. So that just proves that whatever age you are, you can do it.
Yeah, and it's like with Barney coming back now, isn't it? With like the comeback.
Yeah.
Like
Playing well as well.
He's just showing that he can still do it, like beating like Callan and people like that in the Players Championship. So it is there. Yeah. It just goes to show that you've got plenty of years left before you're that age.
Yeah.
So plenty of time for you to win one.
Yeah, and also you look at some of the people who have kind of gone top 20. All of them have been around a lot of years. Like I say, they might have had 4 years where they didn't really break the top 64.
Yeah.
And then it almost seems like one day it just clicks.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's a concentration thing as you get older. I don't know, but yeah, no one really just breaks on the scene. I mean, Nathan Aspinall, he was around for a lot of years before that happened for him.
Yeah.
The UK Open. So I think he's got to bide your time sometimes.
Yeah. We gotta talk about the nickname, the Barber.
Yeah.
Used to be an hairdresser. Barber, yeah.
Yeah. No, I still am. Well, I haven't worked for about 4 months, but no, I'm still working in the shop.
That was the next question. When was like the sort of time where you thought sort of barbering second and focus on playing darts?
Probably last few years, really. It's an awkward one because, like I said, I think the dream is I'd love to be able to do it full time darts and provide a good living, really. But at the same time, I enjoy working, and that's that income what takes the pressure off the darts.
It's like Johnny Clayton as well, like you were saying. Obviously, he's still plastering, so it's like it makes darts sort of more enjoyable when you're working through the week and stuff.
And I can exactly see his point. Like I say, when people say about going full time, well, it works for him, don't it? And like I say, it's the same for me at the moment. I enjoy both, and they're both quite important to me, really. For like I say, with dart, if I have a bad week, I know I'm going to go to work next week and earn a wage, sort of thing. So that takes the pressure off a bit, which I think helps.
Yeah, I think so too. Just giving you that sort of motivation then that it's sort of like darts is that more enjoyable when you're not playing it all the time, like that monotony, repetitive stuff.
I mean, the last thing I want to do is go to tournaments worrying that I had to win, say, a certain amount of money to pay bills or whatever. You just don't want that sort of pressure on yourself.
Yeah. Is there any player that you sort of modelled your game on, like being a left-hander? Like sort of the big one for me is James Wade. James Wade is the one that stands out for like the left-handers for me.
Yeah, no, not really. The only strange, I think last year I see a stat. I was only just behind James Wade on the double 10 statistics sort of thing. So whether that's a left-hander thing going for double 10, I don't know. But there ain't too many of us around, I don't think, is there? So
what is your favourite double?
Double top, I'd say.
Double top, yeah.
Yeah, but I've kind of changed. Like I say, tops, double 16, double 10. I don't mind any of them really. Probably isn't the worst thing to have. So I'm never bothered what I leave or anything like that. So as long as they go in, you don't mind.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to be. Like, not sort of wanting, oh, I don't want to leave that because it's like, you want to be good on them all, really.
Yeah, I mean, they're all the same size, aren't they? So
Yeah.
but yeah, no, like I say, you just kit them as soon as you can, and
Finally, last question. I ask it to everybody who the interview. If you could play any player in the World Championship final in sort of like your dream match, who would you choose as like your player to play against?
It
could be past or present.
Yeah. Oh, that's a close one. A bit of a boring answer, but it's between Phil Taylor and Van Gogh.
Yeah.
I know there's that argument, but I still, I mean, what Taylor done in the game is unbelievable.
I probably think.
And I never played him either, so.
Never played him, Phil?
No, he was on tour when I was, but it was at the stage where he didn't play many tour events. He just kind of done the TV stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll say, just because I've never played him, Phil Taylor.
Taylor, yeah. Well, I probably think he could probably still do it now, couldn't he? He could probably come back and
Christ,
still at 100 average.
Yeah, I reckon he could.
Well, thank you very much for the interview, buddy. It was nice talking to you. And what's next for you now? What's next? The in Germany next, is it?
Super Series. Yeah, Super Series. I can't believe it's going ahead, really. That weren't looking promising, but no, 3 or 4 weeks, we're in Germany. So we're lucky. PDC have been brilliant through all this to get tournaments on in a safe way. So off to Germany. I think we've got four days of tour events. So hopefully I can have a similar sort of week to last time.
Yeah, hopefully a nice run and a couple of big names and a couple of big games to play against.
Very nice.
Fun, yeah. So all the best.
That'd be lovely.
Thank you. I appreciate you speaking to me.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Cheers.